I'm the novelist, author, poet, Lamont Anthony Wright, a.k.a. Graffiti Bleu. And in case you didn't know, I'm kind of a big deal. It's not the Graffiti Bleu show. Coming to the mic is a good friend of mine, abstract brother, by the name of Rob Esperanza. Yay. He's a fellow New Yorker like myself. Harlem World. Puerto Rican? Yes. Puerto Rican Boricua. All the Puerto Ricans in the house, wave your hands from side to side.
I'm Cuban, it's close enough.
Okay, Cubans, close enough. Any Cubanos? Any Cubanos? Cubanos?
Yeah.
Cubanos!
Cubano!
Huh?
Israel!
Israel!
I accept it, close enough.
Close enough. We're all brothers, man. We're all a shade of brown. You do know that.
Yes, I can.
You do know that. Okay. Africa, Ethiopia, Israel, Pakistan, Ghana, they're all like in the same circle of the map.
The circle of life.
Indeed. Even Simba on The Lion King was brown. I'm just saying.
It's a lie.
He's a lion. Okay, yeah, now that was the one. He's one of the most sincere poets I've met since I've been out in Sacramento/Roseville. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, little kids, big kids, put your hands together, snap your fingers, or blink your daggone eye for Rob Esperanza.
Getting to know you. A disclaimer. Opinion section. Energy, feeling with your souls. Women, not girls. Attention, salute to Earth, fractal time, farming, activism, saving water, saving face, writing, slams, dream. Cablevision. The beauty.
What the fact is that the ZFG Friday night slam was an eye-opener across the board. What I want you to do is share that. And that's but I know for a fact, what the fact is that the ZFG Friday night slam was an eye-opener across the board. What I want you to do is share that. And that's all my question is designed to do.
Well, thank you, Blue. Now, before that night, I had never heard of ZFG.
Okay.
I had heard, however, of this street performance flash mob open mic.
Okay.
Not knowing they are the same.
Okay.
So, something I would like to meet this whole time I've lived here.
Right.
Keep missing by a day. So they say ZFG is coming out. Slam, slam, slam. Come hard. Got to come hard.
Right.
Call my man Blue. Got to pick up a scooter booter. He says, watch out, these cats are young, thirsty, and well accomplished.
Yeah.
By far. So that's my first impression without having met him.
Okay.
Now we get the ring. The night comes up, a beautiful buzzing crowd at Luna's Cafe, art all the way.
No, it was packed. It was
packed. And I'm talking vibrant. Now, it splits naturally half to half. ZFG up against the bar, sack slam in the middle of the house. Kind of audience on the other side. First man up is who?
You?
Right.
Okay.
Simple math, science, physics, ethics, however you call them. 3 sevens. Top and low get dropped, 3 sevens. You're 5 points down in the first round. You can't make it up.
Okay.
No matter how hard you try, you can't make this up. Right.
Phoenix. Divine.
This poem is written for women in the corner, whether it be a woman in an office cubicle, whether it be the woman in the kitchen, we all been women in the corner where we didn't quite stand in our power as queens. So I wrote this as a reminder to be a queen. So this is to the girl sitting in the corner. Excuse me, but I couldn't help but to notice you in the corner, and I know that you don't know me, but please excuse me if this lacks proper form. But I don't believe that from this position you are honoring the beauty in which you were born. Your deep soulful eyes do not tell lies, but instead twinkle with the luminescence of 1,000 Milky Ways, but yet when I approach you, you would look away. Your brief glances in my direction speak of a heart that is infinite, but yet fragmented. Fidgeting in your seat, your pent-up passions have become nervous energy. Your solace has met an unprecedented enemy, but while fighting this invisible force, here you are in the corner, and it's by choice.
For quite some time, and I've seen many female poets. A lot of them talk female empowerment, but very few, if any, have I seen speak about female empowerment quite like you. You talk about the divine feminine, and that intrigues me. Would you mind explaining what the divine feminine is to the people?
I'm really loving the fact I didn't get these questions beforehand.
Hey, I like the live shit.
Yeah. The divine feminine. You know, quite honestly, divine feminine is something that we all hold inside of us, but it is that beautiful, creative, nurturing mother energy that is very healing and transformative and helps in the ascension process. The divine feminine energy. I am.
I said now.
I am very, anytime I hear somebody say the words I am, I'm always thinking about faith.
And Nas.
And Nas. Absolutely. His DNA straight from the mean streets of Cuba. I give you David Demola.
Who you with? Tupac's back.
Tupac's back. That's me. Hi, everybody. I'm Tupac. Yeah, this is not quite the welcome back I thought I'd get when I was resurrected. I used to skip church on Saturdays to play in the rain, and in the last 10 minutes of mass, come back in to take the host in and say amen. I never knew what it meant back then. It took years after I gave up the faith to learn that amen is just an affirmation, not some magical phrase that puts your words on a fast track to God. Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means? And so it shall be.
He is my poetic brother, so I apologize for the bias of this interview, because I got a lot of love for this cat. I'm gonna try to give him a hard time for a GTV.
I hope so.
But it's probably not. What I would like you to talk about is, I asked Rob about the ZFG thing, so I'm not gonna rewind the game with that.
Okay.
But I do want to ask you about your Slam manifesto. Like, how did you see Slam before you got into it?
Oh my God.
And what is it now that you're in it?
Yeah, that's something I'd love to eat on. So, before I started doing Slam, I want this on record, I'm gonna look directly into the camera even though I shouldn't, zero respect for Slam before I started.
Say it again.
I said I had zero respect for Slam when I started.
So much sincerity.
I mean, to me it was just a bunch of points mongering and a bunch of people just flapping their arms around, and it was pretty much the same poem over and over again. That perception was very much changed when as usually happens, when you start to look into something, you learn that it's a lot deeper than you previously thought with your surface level. So Slam to me is just as true of an expression and just as legitimate as sonnets were in the past, as haiku has been in the past. It is just a different artistic art form that we all call poetry, in short. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What is the best of Sacramento poetry, and what is the worst?
All right, so I gotta be honest, I didn't want to listen to Phoenix's response. I didn't want to be like kind of swept up in her thing, so apologies if I repeat. But for me, the best part about Sacramento is that when I started, it was very segmented. and it was very competitive and everybody against each other. And the beautiful part is seeing these artists start to come together and learning that we can empower each other and we can grow this scene larger if we work together. We have groups like ZFG, Rhyme Syndicate, Sac Slam, Ethnic Theater Workshop, the list goes on and on. I am forgetting names that I should remember.
The Faithful Few?
The Faithful Few, thank you. I mean, like, there's a even more than what I said.
Right.
And seeing these groups come together and realize that they don't just have to work within themselves, they can also reach out to each other, like the Faithful Few.
Yes.
And yourself reaching out to, you know, Sac Slam and going all over the place. And the thing that I hate the most about the Sacramento scene, and this is since I started doing slam, is the perception by other cities that Sacramento is this kid sister, kid brother, or
Reminds
kid
me of
thing
Oakland, you know.
compared to them. And there's this kind of acceptance in this city of that fact. Even though we have so many beautiful poets, we are not just second rate, we are on par with these people.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So, yeah, in short, that's my least favorite part.
Okay.
No, that I love interviews like this because I find out shit I didn't know.
That was a great answer.
That was a great answer, and me and the guy holding the camera right now, who you do not see, my man Maximilian, we actually talk about the dynamics a whole lot, and you know, he is a really great dude, and I got a lot of love for Maximilian and what he does, because he's not just a video guy. You know what I mean? He really gives me the history of Sacramento and what it's been, what it is, and where it can go. And Cornelius has shown us the way. You don't have to push your book if you have a host that does. This man is teetering between the line between insanity and genius. Please go to his website and get Confessions of a First Generation Alien by David DeMola.
I have copies you can actually print off in PDF form so they come out in book.
And after you've wrapped your delicious brain around that, have a dessert on his second book, Beautiful. What's your website, Dave?
That is andyespoetry.com. I said that. andyespoetry.com.
She came to me like warrior drums in the distance. Love was on the march towards me, yet the rhythms were different. Steady and true, restoring the faith that love was persistent and constant. Mute on any music that says otherwise. She came to me seemingly random, like the water that flows down the rocks of a waterfall. Random, however, is not what it was. Her love has purpose. It's by grand design. Fearless, just like the water it floats on. Fearless, just like the drums that they pound from. Purposefully opening my heart to the glory of Him.